How is everyone doing? This is Joe with Ohio Woodburner. Today, guys, we are having a visitor to the wood yard, and I think a lot of you guys are going to know who this is. I was wondering if he needed help backing up the trailer. I was going to get my daughter to do it for him, but he seems to be doing okay. We have a project going on here. This is a real exciting thing for both of our channels. Stick around here and I'll get you introduced to him. Well, look who's here.
And it's raining.
Go figure. That's all it does here in Northeast Ohio is rain.
I wore my muck boots.
Everyone, you all remember, this is Adam from Hometown Acres.
How you doing?
And Adam and I kind of hit it off here. We both are YouTube channels, and we live about an hour apart from each other.
Yeah.
And we met last year, and we've stayed in touch. So we have been involved in a couple of projects, and that's been mutually beneficial to both of us.
Yeah.
All right, but I invited him out, and he dressed for the occasion. I remember it was last week. I was talking to you on the phone, and I was saying, and you were saying how nice your weather was. And I said, we got a monsoon here. I said, we're up to our ankles in mud. So, we're gonna be able to knock this out here today. I'm really excited about this because I want you to try out this piece of equipment. And then I thought too that, you know, he brought his tractor along. Maybe we can do a side-by-side comparison. How's that sound?
Yeah, because I think my Coyote and your Bobcat, aside from you've got about 5 additional horsepower, but other than that, they're pretty identical.
Yeah. So we thought we could do this comparison for you guys, and you let us know what you think. All right, let's get the tractor unloaded and let's see what we got going on back here. Adam has made the trip into Ohio with his Coyote tractor.
Yep.
And we're going to be hooking him up with the Japa 315. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link in the description. But it is a slick machine, and it would be ideal for some of the logs that you got coming down the pike on your yard, right?
Yeah, we've got, I don't know, 10, 15 cords of wood that we've just taken out of the woods on our own. And I keep saying I'm going to process them in the spring and then the summer and then the fall, and it's just not going to happen with a chainsaw.
Yeah. this thing is going to make mincemeat out of these logs. So come on over here and I'll show it to you. So come on over. And this is it. I was just blown away with this thing because, you know, now when I think of a firewood processor, I think of a big one, you know,
right? Stationary.
But good heavens, this thing, it's PTO power. It goes on the back of a 3-point hitch, and it can just be transported to wherever you need it. Also, you can take it off of your tractor, but still have the drive shaft hooked up to it. So if you wanted to move your tractor around and move some more logs, you can still do it. This thing is pretty slick. So this is a Japa 315, and this is a manual control. And this is all in one handle. So when you pull down, it cuts the log off, and when you push it up, it makes the ram come out for the splitter. And I got the drive shaft in there now, and then it engages the infeed, so it's feeding your next log. So all you're doing is this, and then it shoots everything out the conveyor into your trailer.
Nice.
Yeah. And the knife, it's got a 4-way knife. It has a 6-way option, but I don't have it with this one. But it's manually adjustable too. So all the way up, you're splitting in half. And then from there, depending on the size of your log, you adjust it. I think this takes a maximum 12-inch log. This is a 13-inch bar and chain, and it's standard Oregon stuff. It's a chain you can get at your local saw shop.
I think most of the stuff I have sitting in my yard right now will be able to run through this, and then just like you do now, anything that is too big for your processor, you've got the axis for.
Yes.
And so do we. So it's going to be pretty similar.
And that's what I've learned about processors is that there might be a processor out there that can do any log, but every processor has its strengths and limitations. So, you know, obviously the smaller you're getting, you're limited in the size of the log that you can put through it.
Right.
If you're dealing with smaller size logs, you know, this might be the way to go because it's much more affordable because it doesn't have an engine.
Right.
It's just PTO power. But you know, the trade-off though is, do you want to put all these hours on your tractor to make firewood?
Right.
So some people might be a little finicky about that, but some people have a tractor, they don't care about the hours.
They've got a 1990 Ford 8N or something that it's PTO powered, and it's already got 6,000 hours on it. What's another 100, you know?
Yeah, and I don't want to sound like a tractor snob, but the 8N was, they quit making that back in the 50s.
Ah, okay.
This is how it's set up when it's operating, but it goes into transport mode pretty quick. The infeed comes up, and it has a spring-loaded latch right here. And then the log lift is on a shock absorber, and it comes right up. So it's not gonna fall down and guillotine you.
I'm gonna grab this pin.
Oh yeah, and the pin just goes in the hole. And you put the cotter pin on. And then the last thing is your outfeed, and it just cranks right up. And it has a chain to secure it. And you're ready to go. This is your tractor?
Yeah.
So wait a second. This tractor looks mysteriously similar to my tractor.
I think they're exactly the same, different paint color, right?
I don't know. How about let's put them side by side and let's see.
I'm curious.
Okay, let's do it. I gotta say, they look they look exactly the same. Huh?
As you were pulling out of the garage, I was like, that looks like a white version of my tractor.
Yeah, they so you know, when I first bought this, everyone was saying that's just a rebadged Coyote, you know, but that's not accurate.
Right.
Both tractors are made by Daedong in South Korea.
Correct.
So yes, they're going to look very similar. Mine's a 40 horse.
Mine's a 35 horse.
And that makes mine have 5 more horsepower than yours. So we have already seen a couple things. We've noticed that my tires are a little bit wider and a little bit shorter than yours. Biggest difference is the loaders. These look different. I was told that this is a Bobcat brand loader.
Okay.
And you know, which one's better, I couldn't tell you that either, but you know, I do see differences in it.
So the other thing that I immediately noticed was the difference in the factory third function kit. So if you see, my third function kit is mounted down here, whereas on the Bobcat it's mounted more like up here on the loader frame. And I actually kind of prefer that, because if you see, the housing for my third function kit when I'm brush hogging gets full of, you know, brush and debris. And I think I would be much cleaner just to have it mounted up here.
Outside of cosmetics, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
It looks, you know, the same rear axle, same 3-point, same PTO,
same gas tank, everything on it.
Tail
exactly
lights.
the same. The only thing that's different on mine, which it actually came this way from the factory, is when it came from the factory, I had my hazard lights mounted up here, but the first time I took it in the woods, they busted off, and when I took it back to have some work done on it, I had them relocate my fender lights down there, so I don't have that problem. But that won't be an issue for you because you're working in a wide open field. So.
So this is really neat, you know, because I've always wanted to do this. And for a lot of the subscribers out there that are into tractors, you know, and they've talked about the similarities, well, here you go. Here you got a Bobcat. This is the CT 2040.
And the Coyote CK3510. Yeah, I'd always read online how similar they were, but it's kind of cool to see it actually in person, side by side, identical.
Let's open up the hood. Let's look at the engines. All right, so this is the Bobcat. This is the 40 horse, and it's tier 4, so it's got the emissions. Let's come over to the Coyote. And it looks to be exactly the same, huh?
Yeah, airbox is in the same spot, your battery's in the same spot, just 5 less horsepower motor on it.
And then the last thing is we both have log grapples. My log grapple is made by Titan Attachments from Memphis, Tennessee.
And this one is made by Brute Force Manufacturing.
And these are both third function controls. And again, these look pretty similar too. I think there's some subtle differences. Yours looks to have more height to it.
Yeah, it's a little bit taller.
I don't know.
I'm wondering if that would allow me to grab, you know, more logs at one time, but at the same time, these are compact tractors, not skid steers, so we're both going to be limited by our loaders more so than the opening diameter of our log grapples.
When I first put my grapple on the tractor, I didn't know if I was going to like it because it was just, you know, more, it took more skill than I had. But now that it's been on my tractor, I haven't taken it off.
Yeah.
I love it. Did you experience the same with yours?
Yeah, I had a brush grapple before this, and what I found is the brush grapple doesn't allow me to pinch as tight. Like if you look at this here, it'll actually fold in past the front teeth here, so you can actually clamp down and get something nice and tight up here. Whereas the brush grapple, the top clamp comes in contact with the teeth, and if you've got some smaller diameter log, you're not going to be able to hold it nice and tight. So that's why I like the log grapple a lot. But that being said, I do still use my pallet forks a lot because, you know, we move all those IBC totes and things that we get shipped in on pallets and things. So really the two things I use the most are this log grapple and our pallet forks on the front end loader.
You know, Adam, I've been wanting to do this, and the internet has been wanting to see this, of a Coyote versus Bobcat tractor pull off. However, the ground is pretty soft and we got R4 tires, so I don't think we need to be taking these out into the mud right now.
And I don't want to make any excuses, but you got 5 more horsepower, and I had to take my ballast box off to come get the Japa 315 here, so I'm at a slight disadvantage anyway.
Okay, so everyone that was wanting to see the head-to-head competition, you're just going to have to stick around for another few months, maybe,
Yeah.
and then we'll try to get that put together.
Maybe you'll have to come over to my place and visit.
There we go. There we go. And there you go. We're all loaded up. Adam, take good care of the 315. That's a heck of a machine you got there.
Yeah, I can't wait to get home and try it out. It's definitely going to improve our process flow, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think you're going to be developing a relationship with one of the best dealers I've ever met in Metsa Machines.
Well, from seeing your interactions with him on the videos and stuff, he looks like a pretty top class guy.
Yeah, he is the real deal. If you enjoyed today's video, I know it's a little bit different than what you normally see, but I just thought this was something really cool to bring you, because I think Adam here is a heck of a guy, and I love your channel. Your channel's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so if you like this video, why don't you give me a thumbs up, huh? And don't forget to go check out Adam's video of him running the 315 and seeing how this thing performs. So remember, we post videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and please subscribe if you haven't done so. And I hope that everyone has, this is where you put up your thumb. Look at him, huh?
I watch the videos.
Everyone have a great day.